What if I told you there's a billionaire out there who could buy Elon Musk's entire net worth and still have change left over for a small country? It's true, and he's not alone. We're about to show you 15 mega wealthy individuals who are playing in a whole different league than Musk. Their fortunes and spending habits will blow your mind. Mukesh Ambani, the Indian tycoon. Mukesh Ambani's got a net worth that'll make your head spin. We're talking $84 billion. That's way more than Elon Musk's measly fortune. But Ambani ain't just sitting on that cash. He's living large in ways that make Musk look like he's shopping at the dollar store. This guy owns the most expensive private residence in the world, called Antilia. It's worth a cool $1 billion, and it's not just some ordinary mansion. We're talking 27 floors of pure luxury. It's got 3 helipads on the roof, 'cause why not? And get this, it takes 600 people just to keep the place running. That's like having a small town working in your house. But Ambani's not just about fancy homes. His company Reliance Industries is so massive it makes up 5% of India's total exports. That's right, one dude's company is responsible for 1/20th of an entire country's exports. Musk might think he's changing the world with his electric cars, but Ambani's changing entire economies. Speaking of cars, Ambani's got a fleet of luxury rides that'd make Musk's Tesla look like a kid's toy. We're talking Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, and even bulletproof BMWs, because when you're that rich, you gotta stay safe, right? But here's where it gets really crazy. When Ambani's daughter got married, he didn't just throw her a nice party. Nah, he bought her a $100 million mansion in London as a wedding gift. That's the kind of gift you give when you've got more money than you know what to do with. Ambani's not just about spending though. His charity work is on another level. He's building a whole city for 150,000 people, not just donating to a cause, but creating an entire urban development. That's the kind of power you have when you're playing in Ambani's league. Musk might have his eyes on Mars with SpaceX, but Ambani's busy taking over Earth one industry at a time. He's got his hands in everything from telecommunications to retail to oil. While Musk is tweeting about colonizing other planets, Ambani's already conquered a good chunk of this one. So next time you hear about Elon Musk's billions, just remember there's always a bigger fish. And in this case, that fish is Mukesh Ambani, swimming in an ocean of wealth that makes Musk's fortune look like a kiddie pool. Gautam Adani, the port king. If you thought Ambani was the big fish, wait till you hear about Gautam Adani. This guy's net worth hit $150 billion in 2022, way more than Musk's ever seen. And he's not just sitting on that cash, he's out there building an empire that makes Musk's look like a kid's Lego set. Adani owns the largest commercial port in India, but that's just the start. He's got 7 more ports around the country. This dude's basically controlling how stuff gets in and out of India. While Musk is trying to figure out how to get people to Mars, Adani's already got Earth's shipping lanes on lock. But Adani ain't just about boats and ports. He's got a private jet collection that'd make Musk's plane look like it belongs in the economy section. We're talking multiple planes, each worth tens of millions. 'Cause when you're this rich, why have just one flying mansion? Speaking of mansions, Adani's got a $400 million yacht that's basically a floating palace. It's got everything from helipads to swimming pools. Musk might be tweeting from his $50K box house, but Adani's cruising the seas in style. Now you might think Musk's got the green energy game on lock with Tesla, but Adani's coming for that crown too. He's building the world's largest solar power plant. Sorry Elon, looks like someone's stealing your thunder in the Save the Planet department. But here's where it gets really crazy. Adani's company is so big it controls 25% of all air traffic in India. That's right, 1 in 4 planes you see in the Indian sky is there because of this guy. Musk might be dreaming of space tourism, but Adani's already got a quarter of a country's air travel under his thumb. While Musk talks about colonizing Mars, Adani's busy conquering Earth's infrastructure. He's got his fingers in everything from power plants to airports to data centers. It's like he's playing a real-life game of Monopoly, and he's winning big time. And if you think that's impressive, get this. Adani's planning to invest $70 billion in green energy by 2030. That's not million, that's billion with a B. Musk might be selling some Powerwall batteries, but Adani's out here trying to rewire an entire country's energy grid. So next time you hear about Musk's billions, just remember, there's always someone with bigger plans and deeper pockets. And right now, that someone is Gautam Adani, the port king who's making waves in ways Musk can only dream of. Françoise Bettencourt-Meyers, L'Oréal heiress. Speaking of deep pockets, there's a fortune out there that makes even Adani's empire look like pocket change. What if I told you there's someone who could buy and sell Musk's Twitter a dozen times over without breaking a sweat? And the kicker? It's all thanks to the stuff in your bathroom cabinet. Meet Françoise Bettencourt-Meyers, the L'Oréal heiress sitting pretty on an $80 billion fortune. Yeah, you heard that right. $80 billion from makeup and skincare. She's the richest woman in the world, and she makes Musk look like he's living paycheck to paycheck. But Bettencourt-Meyers ain't just hoarding cash. She's living large in ways that'll make your head spin. This lady owns a private island in the Seychelles worth $100 million. That's not a vacation home, that's a whole dang paradise. Musk might be tweeting about colonizing Mars, but Bettencourt-Meyers already has her own piece of heaven on Earth. And if you think that's impressive, wait till you hear about her art collection. It's worth more than $5 billion. That's like 50 Picassos just chilling on her walls. Musk's idea of art is probably a meme he found on Reddit, but Bettencourt-Meyers is out here with a personal museum. But she ain't just into paintings. Bettencourt-Meyers has got a thing for rare books too. Her collection is worth over $600 million. That's not a library, that's a fortune in paper and ink. While Musk is busy posting on Twitter, Bettencourt-Meyers is probably curled up with a first edition worth more than most people's houses. Now, Musk might have his rockets, but Bettencourt-Meyers has got the beauty industry on lock. L'Oréal is everywhere, from drugstores to high-end boutiques. She's got her fingers in everyone's makeup bag, and that's way more profitable than trying to sell flamethrowers. But don't think she's just about making money. Bettencourt-Meyers donates millions to science research every year through her family foundation. She's not just talking about changing the world, she's funding the people who actually do it. And here's the kicker. While Musk can't seem to stay off Twitter for 5 minutes, Bettencourt-Meyers keeps it low-key. She stays quiet and keeps stacking her billions. No drama, no scandalous tweets, just pure money-making power. So next time you're putting on some L'Oreal mascara or Maybelline lipstick, remember, you're contributing to a fortune that makes Elon Musk's billions look like chump change. Françoise Bettencourt-Meyers might not be launching rockets, but she's definitely in a whole other stratosphere when it comes to wealth. Carlos Slim Helú, the Mexican mogul. From cosmetics to telecommunications, we're jumping continents to meet a man who makes Musk's tech empire look like a startup. Carlos Slim's net worth? A cool $68 billion. That's like pocket change for this Mexican mogul. He owns América Móvil, Latin America's largest mobile telecom firm. So while Musk is trying to get people to Mars, Slim's got half of Mexico chatting on his networks. But Slim ain't just about phones. This guy's got a mansion in Mexico City that's worth $80 million, and that's just one of his cribs. It's like he's playing Monopoly with real estate. Musk might have his $50K box house, but Slim's living in palaces. Now let's talk art. Slim's collection is valued at $700 million. Sorry Musk, no NFTs here. We're talking real paintings worth more than most people will see in a lifetime. While Musk is tweeting memes, Slim's surrounded by masterpieces. But wait, there's more. Slim owns a $200 million yacht called Ostar. It's like a floating palace. This thing's got everything. Pools, helipads, you name it. Musk might be dreaming of space tourism, but Slim's already cruising the seas in style. Here's where it gets crazy. Slim's got stakes in over 200 companies. Musk's got what, like 5? It's like Slim's playing chess while Musk is still figuring out checkers. From mining to banking to retail, Slim's fingers are in all the pies. But he ain't just making money. Slim rebuilt Mexico City's historic downtown. Yeah, you heard that right. He's literally shaping cities. While Musk is digging tunnels, Slim's reviving entire neighborhoods. And get this, Slim's so rich, he once loaned the New York Times $250 million. That's right, he bailed out one of the biggest newspapers in the world like it was nothing. Musk bought Twitter, but Slim's out here saving journalism. Slim's wealth is so massive, at one point he was worth 5% of Mexico's entire GDP. That's like one dude being worth a 20th of a country's economy. While Musk dreams of Mars, Slim's busy owning half of Mexico's economy. So next time you hear about Musk's billions, remember there's a guy down in Mexico who could buy and sell him without breaking a sweat. Carlos Slim might not be launching rockets, but he's definitely in a whole other universe when it comes to wealth and influence. Zhong Shanshan, the Water King. From Mexico to China, we're about to meet a guy who's so rich, he makes Musk's water bill look like pocket change. Zhong Shanshan built a $68 billion fortune from something you use every day, and it ain't tech. Zhong's sitting on a mountain of cash, and it's all from selling water and vaccines. Yeah, you heard that right. This dude made billions off the stuff that comes out of your tap. His company Nongfu Spring controls 20% of China's bottled water market. That's 1 in 5 bottles of water in the most populated country on Earth. Musk might be trying to get people to Mars, but Zhong's keeping 1 billion people hydrated right here on Earth. But Zhong ain't just about water, he's got a vaccine company too. That little side hustle helped make him China's richest man in 2020. While Musk was tweeting about COVID, Zhong was making bank off fighting it. Now let's talk about how this water king lives. Zhong's got a $25 million mansion in Hangzhou with its own private lake. Because when you sell water for a living, why not have your own personal reservoir? And get this, he owns a fleet of Rolls-Royces worth over $20 million. Musk's Teslas look like golf carts next to these rides. But wait, there's more. Zhong's got a $100 million yacht that's basically a floating 5-star hotel. We're talking multiple decks, a helipad, and probably gold-plated water fountains. While Musk is trying to make electric boats or whatever, Zhong's out here cruising in luxury. Here's the crazy part. Zhong went from being a school dropout to a billionaire. Makes Musk's story look kinda basic, right? While Musk was coding in his dorm room, Zhong was out there hustling, doing everything from construction work to selling mushrooms. But Zhong ain't just about making money. While Musk talks about saving the planet, Zhong's actually providing clean water to millions. His company's been a game changer in China, where clean drinking water used to be a serious problem. So next time you hear about Musk's electric cars saving the world, remember there's a guy in China who's keeping 1 billion people hydrated. Zhong Shanshan might not be launching rockets or making flamethrowers, but he's definitely in a whole other league when it comes to impact and wealth. And he did it all with something we all take for granted, good old H2O. Jim Walton, Walmart Air. Think selling water's impressive? Wait till you see what selling everything does for your bank account. Jim Walton's got a net worth that'll make you question everything you know about retail. How much can you really make from selling stuff at low prices? The answer might shock you. Jim Walton's sitting on a cool $66 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. That Walmart money hits different. While Musk is out there trying to reinvent the wheel, Walton's family has been running America's biggest retailer for decades. They've got this whole selling thing down to a science. But Jim ain't just about stocking shelves. He owns a $15 million ranch in Texas that's bigger than some small countries. We're talking thousands of acres of pure luxury. Musk might have his little box house, but Walton's got a whole state to himself. And don't even get me started on his rides. Walton's got a private jet collection worth over $100 million. Musk? He's practically flying commercial compared to this. When you're a Walton, you don't just have a jet, you have a fleet. But here's where it gets crazy. Jim's got a stake in Walmart that's worth $50 billion alone. That's not his whole fortune, that's just his piece of the family business. It's like he's got a money printing machine in his backyard. But Walmart ain't his only game. Walton owns Arvest Bank, which has assets of $20 billion. That's a lot of ATMs. While Musk is trying to reinvent money with crypto, Walton's out here owning actual banks. Now you might think Musk's the artsy type with all his memes, but Walton's the real art collector here. His collection, worth over $500 million. We're talking serious masterpieces, not some NFTs. Musk probably thinks art is a waste of wall space, but Walton's living in a private museum. But don't think Walton's just about making money. He's donating millions to education reform. While Musk is tweeting about building schools on Mars, Walton's shaping minds right here on Earth. He's not just rich, he's trying to make a difference. So next time you're grabbing some cheap toilet paper at Walmart, remember, you're contributing to a fortune that makes Elon Musk's billions look like chump change. Jim Walton might not be launching rockets or digging tunnels, but he's definitely in a whole other universe when it comes to retail domination and quiet wealth. And he did it all with something we all use every day. Good old everyday stuff at everyday low prices. Rob Walton, another Walmart billionaire. From selling cheap stuff to owning an NFL team, Rob Walton's living proof that sometimes it pays to keep it in the family. But how does a guy who made his billions from bargain prices end up with a car collection that'd make even the flashiest rappers jealous? Rob Walton's sitting on a $67 billion fortune, and he ain't afraid to spend it. This Walmart heir's making Musk look like he's shopping in the clearance aisle. While Musk's tweeting about his latest Tesla, Walton's got a car collection worth $300 million. We're talking vintage Ferraris that cost more than Musk's entire garage. Because when you're a Walton, you don't just buy cars, you buy automotive history. But cars ain't enough for Rob. He decided to buy himself a little toy, the Denver Broncos NFL team. That's a $4.65 billion plaything right there. Musk might own Twitter, but Walton's got his own football empire, and he didn't even need to sell any flamethrowers to do it. Now let's talk about where this billionaire lays his head. Walton's got a mansion in Paradise Valley, Arizona that's worth $25 million. But get this, it's got its own auto museum. That's right, his house has a museum. Musk's $50K box house is looking real sad right about now. But wait, there's more. Walton's got a $100 million yacht called the Artifact. And it ain't just any yacht, it's eco-friendly. This thing's got hybrid propulsion and a system to reduce underwater noise pollution. Musk might talk a big game about sustainability, but Walton's out here with a floating green mansion. Speaking of green, Walton's invested millions in solar energy. He's beating Musk at his own game. While Musk is trying to figure out how to make solar roofs work, Walton's quietly funding the future of clean energy. But here's the kicker. While Musk is dreaming about Mars colonies and tweeting about space, Walton's busy running one of Earth's biggest companies. Walmart might not be as flashy as SpaceX, but it's got a whole lot more impact on everyday life. And Walton ain't just about making money. His philanthropy focuses on environmental conservation. He's out there saving the planet without all the Twitter drama. No need for memes when you're actually doing something, right? So next time you hear about Musk's latest crazy idea, remember there's a Walton out there who's got more money, more cars, and more real-world impact. Rob Walton might not be trying to colonize Mars, but he's definitely living large right here on Earth. And he's doing it all without needing to sell any electric cars or underground tunnels. That's the power of selling everything at everyday low prices. Alice Walton, the art collector heiress. You thought Rob Walton was living large? His sister Alice is playing in a whole different league. What do you get when you combine the richest woman in America with a passion for art? A collection that makes the Louvre look like a yard sale. Alice Walton's net worth? A cool $66 billion. That's right, she's the richest woman in America, making Musk look like he's still shopping at Walmart. But Alice ain't just sitting on her cash. She's out there buying up art like it's going out of style. Get this, she built a $1.2 billion art museum called Crystal Bridges. Yeah, you heard that right, a $1 billion museum. Musk probably thinks art is just expensive wallpaper, but Alice is out here preserving culture and history. While Musk's tweeting about the future, Alice is making sure we don't forget the past. But that's not all. Alice has got a private art collection worth over $500 million. That's a lot of fancy paintings. We're talking masterpieces that'd make even the fanciest art galleries jealous. And she ain't afraid to spend big. She once dropped $44.4 million on a single painting. That's like Musk buying Twitter, but with actual class. Now you might think Alice is all about stuffy old paintings, but she's got a wild side too. She owns a $25 million horse ranch in Texas. Yeah, she races horses for fun, because when you're this rich, why not have a stable of thoroughbreds? But Alice ain't just about art and horses. She's got a taste for high-rise living too. She owns a $110 million penthouse in New York. That makes Musk's house look like a studio apartment. When Alice wants to look at the city, she doesn't need Twitter. She just steps out onto her balcony and sees the real thing. And here's where it gets interesting. Alice has got a thing for politics too. She's donated millions to campaigns. While Musk is trying to influence politics through tweets, Alice is putting her money where her mouth is. So next time you hear about Musk's latest tweet storm, remember there's a Walton out there who's changing the world without saying a word. Alice Walton might not be trying to colonize Mars, but she's definitely making Earth a more beautiful place. And she's doing it all without needing to sell any electric cars or underground tunnels. That's the power of Walmart money mixed with a passion for art. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. Forget Mars colonies and electric cars. What if I told you there's a guy who's so rich, he makes $70 million a day just by waking up? Warren Buffett's been playing 4D chess while Musk's still learning checkers, and his strategy is about to blow your mind. Warren Buffett's net worth? A cool $106 billion. This dude makes money in his sleep while Musk's busy tweeting. But here's the crazy part. Buffett still lives in the same house he bought back in 1958 for $31,500. Yeah, you heard that right. Musk's house probably costs more per day than Buffett's entire crib. But don't think Buffett's just some penny-pinching old guy. He owns over 60 companies through Berkshire Hathaway. Musk's got what, like 3? Buffett's out here running a whole empire while Musk's trying to figure out how to make his cars not catch fire. Now you might think Buffett's just hoarding all that cash, but nah, he's donated $48 billion to charity. That's more than Musk's entire net worth. While Musk is tweeting about saving the world, Buffett's actually doing it with his checkbook. Buffett ain't completely against luxury though. He's got a $65 million private jet, but get this, he calls it his one extravagance. That's like saying your one splurge is buying a small country. Musk's jet probably looks like a paper airplane next to Buffett's ride. But here's where it gets really wild. Buffett reads 500 pages a day. Not tweets, not memes, actual books. Musk probably just scrolls Twitter all day. But Buffett's out here absorbing knowledge like a sponge. No wonder he's been dominating the stock market for decades while Musk's still trying to figure out how to keep his companies profitable. And get this, Buffett's promised to give away 99% of his wealth. That's right, this dude's planning to donate almost everything he's earned. Meanwhile, Musk is still trying to figure out how to pay for Twitter without going broke. So next time you hear about Musk's latest crazy scheme, remember there's a guy in Omaha who's been quietly making billions for decades. Warren Buffett might not be trying to colonize other planets, but he's definitely conquered Earth's financial world. And he's done it all without needing to sell a single flamethrower or underground tunnel. That's the power of good old-fashioned investing smarts and a whole lot of patience. Larry Ellison, the Oracle founder. You think Buffett's got game? Wait till you hear about Larry Ellison. This Oracle founder's sitting on a $112 billion fortune. Yeah, you heard that right. He could buy Musk's companies and still have enough left over for a small country. But Ellison ain't just hoarding cash. He's living large in ways that'll make your head spin. This dude owns 98% of Lanai, a Hawaiian island. While Musk's trying to buy Twitter, Ellison's chilling on his own tropical paradise. That's not a vacation home, that's a whole damn island. And if you think that's wild, wait till you hear about his yacht. Ellison's got a $200 million floating mansion called Musashi. It's got everything, pools, helipads, probably even a room just for storing his billions. Musk's Dragon capsule looks like a rubber ducky next to this thing. But Ellison ain't just about boats and islands. His house in Silicon Valley is something else. It's modeled after a 16th century Japanese estate and cost him $70 million. That's not a home, that's a time machine. While Musk's living in a $50K box, Ellison's channeling his inner samurai. Now let's talk about how this tech mogul gets around. Ellison owns a $70 million Gulfstream G650. That's not a plane, that's a flying palace. Musk's jet? It looks like economy class compared to Ellison's ride. But Ellison ain't just about fancy toys, he's got culture too. This guy's sitting on a $1 billion art collection. We're talking real masterpieces, not some digital art Musk probably thinks is the next big thing. While Musk's tweeting about NFTs, Ellison's got actual Picassos on his walls. Here's where it gets crazy. While Musk's dreaming about colonizing Mars, Ellison's busy owning actual paradise on Earth. He's not trying to make some red planet livable, he's already got his own slice of heaven right here. But don't think Ellison's just about making money and living large. He's doing some real good too. This guy donated $200 million for cancer research. That's right, while Musk's busy saving memes on Twitter, Ellison's out here trying to save lives. So next time you hear about Musk's latest scheme, remember there's a guy out there who's not just talking about changing the world, he's actually doing it. Larry Ellison might not be trying to put people on Mars, but he's definitely living in a whole other universe when it comes to wealth and impact. And he's doing it all without needing to sell any electric cars or underground tunnels. That's the power of building a tech empire and knowing how to enjoy it. Bill Gates, the Microsoft mogul, forget Mars colonies and electric cars. There's a guy out there who's so rich he could lose half his fortune and still make Musk look like he's living paycheck to paycheck. Bill Gates is sitting on a cool $104 billion. That's not just money, that's world-changing power. Gates owns a $127 million mansion called Xanadu 2.0. But this ain't your average rich person's house. It's got a trampoline room, 'cause why not? When you're that loaded, you can bounce your way to breakfast. Musk's $50K box house looks like a garden shed compared to this place. But Gates ain't just about fancy houses. This dude's got a book collection that'd make any library jealous. We're talking a $30 million Leonardo da Vinci manuscript. That's right, while Musk's probably reading Twitter threads, Gates is flipping through da Vinci's personal notes. Now, you might think Gates is just hoarding all that cash, but nah, he's donated over $50 billion to charity. That's like Musk's entire net worth. While Musk is tweeting about saving the world, Gates is actually doing it with his checkbook. Gates ain't completely against luxury though. He's got a $40 million Bombardier BD-700 Global Express plane. But get this, it's for his charity work, not Twitter wars. This guy's flying around the world trying to end diseases, while Musk's trying to figure out how to dig tunnels under LA. Speaking of saving the world, Gates is out here trying to end malaria. Yeah, you heard that right. While Musk is dreaming about Mars, Gates is fighting one of Earth's deadliest killers, and he's putting serious cash into it too. But wait, there's more. Gates has got a $2 billion climate change fund. That makes Musk's environmental efforts look like a school science project. While Musk's tweeting about sustainability, Gates is funding actual solutions. So next time you hear about Musk's latest crazy idea, remember there's a guy out there who's been quietly changing the world for decades. Bill Gates might not be launching rockets or selling flamethrowers, but he's definitely in a whole other league when it comes to impact. And he's doing it all without needing a single tweet. Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook founder. From college dorm room to Hawaiian paradise, Mark Zuckerberg's journey is next level. But here's the real kicker. What if I told you he's got an AI butler that makes Musk's robots look like toys? Zuck's living in 3023 while Elon's still figuring out 2023. Zuckerberg's net worth? A cool $74 billion. That's enough to buy Musk's Twitter followers for real and still have cash left over for a small country. But Zuck ain't just sitting on that money. He's splurging on some wild stuff that'll make your head spin. First up, this dude owns 1,500 acres in Hawaii worth $100 million. That's not a vacation home, that's a whole dang kingdom. Meanwhile, Musk's still renting in Texas like some regular Joe. Zuck's got his own slice of paradise while Musk's trying to figure out how to make Mars livable. But wait, it gets crazier. Zuck's got a custom AI assistant in his house. It's like Jarvis from Iron Man, but real. This thing probably makes Alexa look like a calculator. Musk is still trying to make his cars drive themselves, but Zuck's already got a robot butler. Talk about living in the future. Now you might think Zuck's all about the tech, but he's got a wild side too. He spent $23 million on security in 2020. That's not protection, that's a small army. Musk spends that much on tweets, but Zuck's out here with his own private force. Guess when you're worth billions, you gotta watch your back. Here's where it gets really insane. Zuckerberg's investing $10 billion a year into the metaverse. That's like Musk's entire SpaceX budget. While Musk is trying to get to Mars, Zuck's building a whole new digital world. It's like he watched Ready Player One and thought, yeah, I can do that. But Zuck ain't just about business. He learned Mandarin just for fun. That's right, while Musk is still working on his meme game, Zuckerberg's out here speaking Chinese. It's like he's playing 4D chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. So while Musk wants to colonize Mars, Zuck's trying to colonize virtual reality. He's not just changing the game, he's creating a whole new one, and he's doing it without all the Twitter drama. But don't think Zuck's just about making money and living large. He's doing some real good too. Zuckerberg donates billions through the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. That makes Musk's giving look like pocket change. While Musk is tweeting about saving the world, Zuck's actually putting his money where his mouth is. So next time you hear about Musk's latest crazy idea, remember there's a guy out there who's not just talking about the future, he's building it. Mark Zuckerberg might not be trying to put people on Mars, but he's definitely living in a whole other universe when it comes to tech and impact. And he's doing it all without needing to sell any electric cars or underground tunnels. That's the power of social media billions and a vision for a digital future. Jeff Bezos, the Amazon emperor. Forget Mars colonies and electric cars. There's a guy out there who's so rich, he could buy Musk and still have enough left over to run a small country. Jeff Bezos is sitting on a $150 billion fortune. That's not just money, that's world-dominating power. Bezos owns the Washington Post. Yeah, you heard that right. While Musk had to settle for Twitter, Bezos is out here controlling actual news. But that's nothing compared to his toys. This dude's got a $500 million super yacht so big it needs its own support yacht. Musk's Dragon capsule. It looks like a bathtub toy next to Bezos's floating mansion. But Bezos ain't just about boats. He's got a $165 million mansion in Beverly Hills. This place is so fancy it makes Musk's $50K box house look like a garden shed. We're talking multiple pools, a tennis court, and probably a room just for storing his billions. Now, you might think Bezos is all about the present, but nah. He's planning to build a $42 million clock inside a mountain that'll run for 10,000 years. Yeah, you heard that right. A clock in a mountain. Musk can't even keep Teslas on schedule, but Bezos is out here planning for the next 100 centuries. Bezos ain't just talking about space like some people we know. His company Blue Origin is actually landing rockets, not just tweeting about it, but doing it. While Musk is posting memes, Bezos is making sci-fi a reality. But wait, there's more. Bezos has invested $10 billion in fighting climate change. That's not millions, that's billions with a B. Musk is still trying to figure out solar roofs, but Bezos is throwing serious cash at saving the planet. So while Musk dreams of dying on Mars, Bezos is busy owning Earth's biggest store. Amazon ain't just a company, it's an empire. Bezos has his fingers in everything from cloud computing to groceries. He's not just changing the game, he's rewriting the rules. But don't think Bezos is all work and no play. This dude knows how to live it up. He's got a $65 million Gulfstream G650ER private jet. That's not a plane, that's a flying palace. Musk's jet probably looks like economy class next to Bezos's ride. So next time you hear about Musk's latest tweet storm, remember there's a guy out there who's not just talking about changing the world, he's actually doing it. Jeff Bezos might not be trying to colonize Mars, but he's definitely conquered Earth's retail world. And he's done it all without needing to sell a single flamethrower. Bernard Arnault, the luxury king. But if you think Bezos is the ultimate billionaire, hold on to your designer handbags. There's a luxury titan who makes Amazon look like a corner store. Ever wondered who's behind those $1,000 Louis Vuitton bags and why they cost more than your rent? Meet Bernard Arnault, the king of luxury with a net worth of $211 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. This guy could buy Musk's companies for breakfast and still have cash left over for a fancy lunch. Arnault owns LVMH, which is like the Avengers of luxury brands. We're talking 75 high-end names including Louis Vuitton and Hennessy. That's not just a company, that's a whole empire of expensive stuff. But Arnault ain't just about selling fancy bags. He's living large in ways that'll make your head spin. This dude's got a $150 million yacht called Symphony. It's not just a boat, it's a floating mansion. Musk's Dragon capsule? It looks like a rubber ducky next to Arnault's sea palace. And if you think that's wild, wait till you hear about his private island. Arnault owns a $200 million slice of paradise in the Bahamas. While Musk is trying to build an island in the sky on Mars, Arnault's chilling on his own tropical heaven right here on Earth. Now you might think Musk's a big art fan with all his memes, but Arnault's the real deal. His art collection is worth over $1 billion. That's not NFTs or Doge memes, we're talking real masterpieces. While Musk is tweeting jokes, Arnault's hanging Picassos in his bathroom. But here's where it gets really crazy. Arnault bought Tiffany & Company for $16.2 billion. That's like Musk buying Twitter, but actually making money from it. While Musk is trying to figure out how to make Twitter profitable, Arnault's busy selling diamond rings and making bank. Arnault ain't messing around when it comes to travel either. He's got a $40 million Dassault Falcon 7X jet. That's not a plane, that's a flying 5-star hotel. Musk's jet probably looks like economy class next to Arnault's ride. So while Musk is out there trying to reinvent the wheel with his electric cars and rockets, Arnault's busy selling $1,000 ones, and people are lining up to buy them. That's the power of luxury, baby. Arnault ain't just rich, he's got half the world wanting to be a part of his fancy empire. In the end, Arnault's proving that selling expensive handbags can make you way more money than trying to colonize Mars. Who needs space when you've got an empire of luxury here on Earth? Vladimir Putin, the Russian oligarch. Forget about Musk and his Twitter drama. There's a guy out there who makes billionaires look like they're playing with Monopoly money. Vladimir Putin's rumored net worth, a mind-blowing $200 billion. Yeah, you heard that right. He could buy Musk and use him as a paperweight, but Putin ain't just sitting on all that cash. He's living large in ways that'll make your jaw drop. This dude supposedly owns a $1.4 billion palace on the Black Sea. It's not just a house, it's a whole damn kingdom. Musk's little box house, it looks like a garden shed compared to Putin's mega mansion. And if you think that's wild, wait till you hear about his rides. Putin's got a fleet of 58 aircraft and helicopters. That's not a collection, that's an air force. Musk's got what, one jet? Putin's probably got a different ride for each day of the week. But Putin ain't just about planes. He allegedly owns a $100 million yacht called Graceful. It's like a floating Kremlin, complete with a pool that turns into a dance floor. Because when you're Putin, why choose between swimming and partying? Now let's talk about his personal plane. Putin's got a $716 million flying fortress called the Flying Kremlin. This thing makes Air Force One look like a crop duster. It's got a gym, a bar, and probably a room just for storing his billions. But Putin ain't all about big toys. He's got a thing for watches too. His collection is worth $700,000. That's not jewelry, that's a whole house on your wrist. Musk probably checks time on his phone like some regular Joe. Here's where it gets really crazy. While Musk's out there playing with flamethrowers, Putin's got an actual military. That's right, he's not just rich, he's got tanks and missiles at his command. Musk might think he's tough with his Cybertruck, but Putin's rolling with real firepower. In the end, Musk might control the Twitterverse, but Putin's busy trying to control actual countries. He's not just changing the game, he's rewriting the whole rulebook. So next time you hear about Musk's latest tweet storm, remember there's a guy out there who's playing on a whole different level. Putin ain't just rich, he's got the kind of power that makes billionaires look like small-time players.